So you're looking to buy a push dagger. Now there are 3 points you need to consider, plus a bonus point in the end, and that's the best, so stick around for that. Now the first point is about spacing. So when we're talking about spacing, I mean the spacing between where the handle hits your palm versus where the bottom of the blade hits your fingers. So we don't want the bottom of the blade to hit your fingers as the first point of contact, because it's going to hurt your fingers a lot when you actually use it. Because ideally, a good push knife hits your palm, and the palm is the thing that pushes the knife. And your fingers are merely there to channel it. Your fingers should not be taking the full impact of a blow. If you hit something hard, it should not be hurting your fingers. So, when looking at these two, in comparison, which one do you think is better in this regard? The SafeMaker 2 is an obvious winner when it comes to spacing, because all this space means that it hits my palm way before, or say my thumb and palm, way before it hits my fingers, way before the bottom of the blade hits my fingers, which is what we want. So in this regard, the Cold Steel SafeMaker 2 is vastly superior because it has a lot more space. Whereas here, already just putting in my fingers, I feel a tightness here. And I feel it's going to hit my fingers when I pull it down. The second point to consider would be the sturdiness of the blade and the piercing ability of the blade. So when using a push dagger, you're most likely going to be using it for high impact stabbing, right? You're going to be punching things and you might hit bone, you might hit steel, you might hit, we don't know what you're going to hit. So how sturdy is the blade and how well does it pierce? So on the piercing side, when using the MOE, I got in way deeper and it stuck way longer when punching into this piece of wood. So on piercing, I'm going to rate the MOE as the winner. However, on sturdiness, I would actually rate the Cold Steel SafeMaker 2 as the winner, because when looking at the thickness of the blade and also how sturdy it actually is, it's very unbendable, and I actually don't even want to test this with this one because I feel like it's going to break if I try it. It is sturdy, but not even as close as this, not close to this. I would say this is sturdier, this is more piercing heavy, this will pierce better. The third point to consider is their carry options. So can they be carried comfortably? Can they be carried and deployed quickly? In a way like you can carry it, can you have it while sitting down? Can you have it whilst moving around? With the Schrade MOE, I found that I can carry it quite comfortably upright, vertically, but not horizontally, because when I do have it horizontally, I feel like these two, the beginning and the end of the handle, are digging into my my legs and my belly if I'm sitting. So on that regard, this one is much easier. I can actually carry this horizontally, and I carry them all on my left side because I'm right-handed, but I like to have them on my jab hand. So I jab in my left hand, and that's where they go. So horizontally, I can deploy this quickly like this and jab, whereas vertically, and with this one, I'm getting stuck here. I actually can't get my fingers in quickly. If I push and I wiggle a bit, I get my fingers all the way in, but generally they get stuck here. So maybe that's just a me problem, but that's a problem I've experienced. Like the spacing it's going back to the spacing on the first point, that if it's too tight here, you can't deploy quickly. Like when you use it, it doesn't feel good because it hurts your fingers. And yeah, so on that regard, actually, I find the Cold Steel SafeMaker 2 is again a clear winner. It's quick to deploy. I can get my fingers in here quickly. I can pull out easily and start jabbing. Here you're going to see some deployment demonstrations and how fast it goes with the Cold Steel SafeMaker 2 and how fast it goes with the Schrade MOE. Enjoy. Good, you're still here. Now if you want to see more knives get broken, click here. If you want to see more of the Schrade MOE, click here.